Good morning, and thank you all for attending the Tennessee State Funding Board meeting for September 8th. For everybody that's going to be presenting, as we keep evolving in this new setting, we have a new setup today. These wireless microphones in front of you, the button there that says power, if you push it once, it'll turn green here. And of course, when you stop speaking, you'll want to turn that off. So we appreciate everybody's attendance. We'll call the meeting to order. Note the presence of a physical quorum. The first item on our agenda today is consideration for approval of minutes from the July 26th meeting. Members, I hope you've had a chance to review those minutes in your packets previous to now. Unless there's any questions, I entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
Move to approve.
Have a motion properly seconded to approve the minutes of the July 26th meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Like sign. The minutes are approved. The next item on the agenda today is a report from the Department of Economic and Community Development for the approval of funding for 6 fast-track projects. And members, unless there's any objections, we'll ask the folks from ECD to come down and present all 6 of these items at once. Any objection to that? If not, Commissioner, you're welcome. Paul Vandermeer, Alan Borden, you all are welcome, and you're recognized.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everybody. It's good to see everybody again. I'm Stuart McWhorter, Commissioner of Economic and Community Development. To my right is Alan Borden, Deputy Commissioner, and to my left is Paul Vandermeer, Assistant Commissioner for the department. With that, I'll ask Paul to walk through the report.
Good morning.
Good morning.
The financial report, as of the last meeting, we had $269.7 million of appropriation. New appropriation since that time is $422,800, which is interest for the month of June. Newly deobligated funds, $2.8 million. Fast track grants greater than $750,000 is $1,350,000. Grants less than $750,000 is $540,200. And fast track administration is $943,600. That leaves us with an adjusted balance of $270.1 million, against which we have $207.8 million of commitments. That leaves us with an uncommitted fast track balance of $62.3 million, which represents 76.9% committed. The proposed grants this morning represent $22,525,000, which would leave us an uncommitted balance of $39,789,861.61, which is 85.3% committed.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. I will walk through the 6 projects, briefly describe those. The first is McNeilus Truck and Manufacturing. We're going into Murfreesboro, Rutherford County. McNeilus Truck and Manufacturing is an Oshkosh corporation, an industry-leading manufacturer of refuse truck bodies and concrete mixers. McNeilus, a market leader and manufacturer of purpose-built commercial vehicles and equipment, is finalizing provisions to occupy a new facility in Murfreesboro. The company has committed to create 230 net new jobs, making a $52.7 million capital investment within 5 years. The company will have an average hourly wage of $23.82 for these new positions, comparing to the county median wage of $17.70 an hour. The Fast Track Economic Development Grant funds will help offset expenses for a total of $3 million. The second project, Bridgestone Americas Tire Operations, LLC in Morrison, Warren County. Bridgestone Americas Tire Operation is a business unit of Bridgestone Americas, Inc., whose parent company, Bridgestone Corporation. Obviously, we all know who Bridgestone is. Their investment strengthens the global competitiveness of the company's U.S. manufacturing operations and commitment to its U.S. labor force. The 850,000 square foot expansion will increase the facility's footprint from 1.97 million square feet to 2.8 million square feet. Bridgestone's Warren County expansion will support increased capacity and accelerate the use of advanced technologies that support cleaner, safer, and more efficient commercial truck and bus fleets. Bridgestone is committing to create 380 net new jobs and make a $550 million capital investment within 5 years. The company will have an average hourly wage of $29.57 for these new positions, comparing to the county median wage of $16.10 an hour. Fast Track Economic Development Grant funds will help offset expenses such as building retrofit, expansion, and improvements for a total of $8 million. The third project is Simcoe Incorporated. Founded in 1952, Simcoe specializes in the manufacturing of powdered metal for customer-engineered components and stock products, which serve many industries, including lawn, garden, medical, power, and transmissions. Simcoe Incorporated is committed to create 86 net new jobs, making a just over $13 million capital investment within 5 years. The company will have an average hourly wage of $21.24 for these new positions, compared to the county median wage of $16.36. Fast Track Economic Development Grant funds will help offset expenses, again, for retrofit, expansion, improvements, fixture improvements, and acquisition of real property for a total of $1 million. Fourth project, Hankook Tire Manufacturing. Hankook's Tire's newest expansion will bring the company's total investment in Tennessee to nearly $2.2 billion, with an addition of nearly 400 new jobs. The company will employ roughly 2,300 across their state. Through this project, Hankook Tire will complete its Phase 2 expansion in order to double its production of passenger car and light truck tires, while simultaneously conducting its Phase 3 expansion to add the company's first U.S. production line of truck, bus, and radial tires. Hankook Tire Manufacturing Tennessee is committed to create 397 net new jobs to make an investment of $611 million capital investment over 5 years. The average hourly wage for this project is $18.51, compared to this county's median wage of $16.90. Fast Track Economic Development Grant funds will help offset expenses, again, for retrofit, building expansion, improvements, fixture improvements, and new construction for a total of $6 million. Fifth project, which is a very exciting project, is Piedmont Lithium Inc. in Etowah. Founded and headquartered in Belmont, North Carolina, Piedmont is a battery-grade lithium hydroxide producer whose U.S. investments also include the Carolina Lithium Project. As a producer of lithium hydroxide, as a critical component in the supply chain for both the electric vehicle and battery storage markets, Piedmont's Tennessee Lithium Project will support energy security in the U.S. and the transition to a clean energy economy in North America. Piedmont is committed to create 117 new jobs, making a $582 million capital investment within 5 years. The company will have an average hourly wage of $45.23 for these new positions, compared to a county median wage of $16.96. Fast Track Economic Development Grant Fund will help offset expenses for new construction and acquisition of real property for a total of $1.525 million. The last project is Wacker Chemical in Bradley County. Wacker Chemical is expanding their presence in southeast Tennessee with the addition of new silicon production facilities in Charleston. Wacker Chemical is committed to create 225 net new jobs and making a $260 million capital investment within 5 years. The average hourly wage for these jobs will be $33.31, compared to the county median wage of $16.68. The Fast Track Economic Development Grant will help offset these expenses of retrofit, expansion, improvements, and fixture improvements for a total of $3 million. That concludes the 6 projects.
Thank you very much. Those are certainly 6 exciting projects. Members, are there any questions or comments on that? Any of that? Commissioner, I'll ask you, for the 6 projects you've outlined there, have the companies signed the incentive acceptance forms and do they fully understand the agreements?
Yes, sir, they do.
Have the checklists been completed for every project?
They have to.
And for these 6 projects, do they all include accountability agreements which provide protections to the state in the event the entities do not fulfill their end of the deal?
They do, yes, sir.
Very good. Again, members, any comments or questions? If not, entertain a motion to approve these 6 projects as described.
So moved.
Do we have a second? We have a motion properly second to approve these 6 projects. All in favor of that, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, like sign. The projects are approved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Yes, sir.
Come back
Thank you
soon.
for the support. I will.
The next item on our agenda today is consideration for approval of a resolution certifying and authorizing the allocation of funds to the sinking fund for the 2022-2023 fiscal year. This is important in regard to our debt service, and I'll ask Sandy Thompson from State Government Finance to present.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members of the Funding Board. We are asking for consideration for approval of a resolution to certify and authorize the allocation of funds to the sinking fund for fiscal year 22-23. This resolution certifies the amount of taxes and fees that will be deposited into the sinking fund for fiscal year 22-23, and it shall be effective July 1 of 2022.
Thank you very much. Members, any questions or comments or a motion to approve the resolution?
Move approval.
Have a motion to approve. I'll second. And again, any questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor of approving the resolution as described, please respond by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, like sign. The resolution is approved. Next, we have an acknowledgment of cancellation of bond authorizations pursuant to Public Chapter 1133 of the Public Acts of Tennessee 2022. Again, I'll ask Sandy Thompson to present on this item.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We're asking the State Funding Board to acknowledge the cancellation of a total of $221,696,000 of bonds in accordance with the authority provided in Section 10, Public Chapter 1133. With an effective date of June 1, 2022. You have in your packet the resolution that outlines those particular bond authorizations that were being canceled and in detail, and they are highlighted for you as well. And so we are asking that the State Funding Board acknowledge this particular cancellation.
Thank you very much for that description. Members, this does not require a vote, but I do want to say, do you have any questions or comments in regard to this matter? If not, consider the item to be acknowledged. The next item on the agenda is a report on notice of default by Economic Growth Engine Industrial Development Board of Memphis and Shelby County. And in regard to this item, I'll ask Betsy Knotts, Director of the Division of Local Government Finance, and Sheila Reed, Assistant Director, she is here, to come forward and present. Betsy, maybe just you. You're recognized.
Thank you. It's just me. In your packet, you should have a summary memo describing the 2 notices of default that our office received in connection with the 2017C and 2017D Graceland bonds. The 2017C notice is the 3rd default, and the 2017D default notice is the 4th one that we've received. Based on the significant event notice on the MSRB website, it is my understanding that the master trustee does not intend to pursue any remedies at this time with respect to the 2017C default. The 2017D is not technically a default under the indenture, and so there was also no pursuit of any remedies regarding that one. The total monetary defaults, hopefully you have this in your packet, to date. So for the series 2017C, we are up to $2,559,375, and for 2017D, it's $1,100,876. And I think in the last packet, I had noted that the 2017A bonds may default. I did speak with James McLaren And he's hopeful that they'll be able to make their January 1st, 2023 interest payment, but the funds still may be a little bit short. The TDZ revenues or the surcharges have returned to pre-COVID levels, but that was starting in the second quarter. And the January payment is made from collections that end in June. So we will see how that goes. Hopefully I won't be back here, but just wanted to update you on that situation.
Betsy, thank you for that description. And of course, what you reported on today, and members, this is just a report, it doesn't take a vote, was not unanticipated. The legislature took action this past legislative session to, at the request of the community down there, to hopefully help remedy this moving forward. Anecdotally, which is all it could be, is anecdotally. Do you have any? You mentioned that some of the activity had returned to pre-COVID levels, and are the people involved in the project or the people involved in the leadership of the community seeing yet the effect of the legislation this year, or should that be helpful in preventing future defaults?
I think it should be helpful. I'm not sure they're seeing any of it quite yet.
Of course, I think it just went into effect
Yeah.
back in July, and so there hasn't been much time to see that yet. Members, any other questions or comments? If not, please consider the report acknowledged. Thank you. I believe that is the last item on our official agenda today, and that means the only thing left is to adjourn. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Have a motion properly seconded. All those in favor of adjournment of the State Funding Board respond by saying aye. Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you very much.